Hi there, folks. It's Jonathan Denwood here from WP-Tonic. And in this video, I'm going to be talking about you're looking at WordPress, you're looking at Wix, you're looking at Squarespace, and you're trying to make out the decision, which one should I go for? In this video, I'm going to go through their main strengths and weaknesses. Got a ton of experience, got over 15 to 20 years. I can't believe it, folks, of helping clients build online businesses and websites. I'm going to share my experiences, why the strengths and weaknesses of these different platforms. I'll be back in a few moments, folks. So I'm coming back, folks. So in this video, I'm going to be talking about WordPress, Wix, and Squarespace. I really see those as the main competitors in the broad and general website building platform tools at the end of 2024 and at the beginning of 2025. Where's the year gone? It's just gone in a blur, folks. Now, there are more specific other tools. If you're looking to build a membership website, WordPress is still one of the biggest leaders. At WP-Tonic, we focus in helping people host and build out their membership community-focused websites. But what I'm saying here in this video can apply to membership, but it can apply to your small business, to your personal website. It can apply to e-commerce. All these players provide e-commerce solution. I would say that if you're looking at a medium to large e-commerce, you would be best to look at either Shopify or WooCommerce, which is the WordPress solution. But all these three to provide some form of e-commerce. So let's start off with WordPress. It's a system that I've used for almost 15 years. I still believe in it. What are its strengths and weaknesses? Well, I would say its strength is that the core of it is free. You've got enormous access to the WordPress platform, which is a global community of people providing themes and plugins. And it's such an enormous community. And literally, there's some solution. And you because you have more ownership, more control of the website to a much higher level than with Wix and Squarespace. I think that still makes it very attractive. What are the negatives about WordPress? Well, some of its strengths are some of its negatives. All this choice. It's great, but it can make things confusing. There's also the confusing element is you got WordPress.com and you got WordPress.org. Never look at WordPress.com because it's greatly inferior to Squarespace or Wix by a tremendous amount. I'm sorry to say that, but that's the truth. And I see no time in the foreseeable future that that will change. I don't care what anybody says, but that's my opinion. When it comes to WordPress.org, you get much better solution, but the only thing is it's separated. You're going to have to get a hosting account. You're going to have to host your WordPress website. That's just kind of one small loop that you've got to jump through. These hosting providers, though, if you're a small business, they provide what is called a one-click WordPress installation system. So setting up WordPress on your chosen hosting provider has become a lot more simpler. Now, and there's a host of general focused hosting providers out there. If you're a small business, I would recommend that you look at Squarespace. if they're one of the better providers, look at Bluehost. I think they offer good value for the small business provider as well. I would not go with GoDaddy for any type of website. I would buy my domain through GoDaddy, but I would not host my website. And there's a host of others. The next, if you're looking for a slightly bigger website, or you're looking for e-commerce, or you're looking for a membership, community focus, you're going to have to look at a better provider. I would, you could still stay with SiteGround, but you're going to have to look at one of their better accounts. But I would look at other providers like WP Engine, Kinster. If you're in the membership community area, I would look at WP Engine, WP-Tonic, I meant, sorry, Freudian slip there, because we specialize in that area. Or Rocket is another provider. But you're going to be looking at the small business, you really going to pay around $10 a month, which is very competitive compared to Wix or Squarespace. If you're looking at e-commerce or membership, you'd be looking around $30 to $40 a month, which is still very competitive to Squarespace or Wix if you're looking at some of their higher plans than their basic plan. So it's still very competitive. You get access. The other great thing lately with WordPress is they've got some great page website builders that mimic the ease of building of Squarespace or Wix. A few years ago, the actual experience of building a website on WordPress wasn't really as easy as it is with these SaaS platforms, but this has dramatically changed. There's page builders like Elementor. I would not recommend that now. It's a bit bloated and I just wouldn't recommend it. There's an inbuilt page website building technology in WordPress called Gutenberg. Um, I There's some third-party providers that have added even more flexibility and ease of use on top of this Gutenberg technology. And one of those is Cadence WP. They offer free, but they offer a paid solution. And it's only for one website, it's like $80 a year. And you get all the ease of use of building a website um, as you get with Squarespace or Wix. So with just choosing the right hosting provider and choosing something like Cadence WP, you're rock and rolling. You can build your whole website out, right? Now, let's look at Wix and Squarespace. Now, Wix for a number of years was well below Squarespace, in my opinion. And I think the general website design building community would agree with me. It was a very inferior product to Squarespace. This has changed. They've got enormous investment in the company, and what they offer now is comparable to Squarespace. The interfaces have a lot of similarities, but they also have their differences. And really, you've got to try out both platforms and spend a couple of hours playing around. And one of them will appeal to you than the other. I can't I can't say. I think they have some strengths and weaknesses, which I'm going to express quick soon, but also they have a lot of similarities now. One of the things Wix, it has a lot more themes, more pre-designed layouts than I think it's got almost 800 to 1,000, where Squarespace have only like 150 to 200. But I think the actual themes, starter websites that Squarespace provide are better designed in general than Wix. But people would disagree with me, and it's a fluent, ever changing. They're really gunning for one another, and they're really with WordPress. These three are really in a competitive, ever changing environment. I'm making this video at the end of 2024. In the next 6 or 7 months, the situation could drastically change. One factor you've got to put in is that, especially Wix, they got a free account, but it's a very limited solution. You really got to utilize the free trial, try them out, but then I would go with one of the paid solutions. I don't think Squarespace provides a free account. They used to, but I don't think they do now. Um, but like I say, I think the actual designs that Squarespace provides are a little bit in quality terms, in design terms, still better than Wix. But like I say, people are going to disagree with me. When it comes to the actual page builder, I actually think Wix, when I've looked at them and played with them before this video, I actually think, in my opinion, the Wix page builder, website builder, it appeals to me more than Squarespace. And I thought I would never say that because for a number of years, if anybody said to me they were going to build their website on Wix, I would just stick my nose up in the air. Now, another factor that both Squarespace and Wix really fall down, they have improved the situation, but I still think it doesn't compare to WordPress, is SEO, search engine optimization, getting your website found by the leading search engines. Google still dominates. Bing. Obviously, this whole area is in the midst of disruption because of AI. But it might be that the AI agent, you want the AI agent to be able to crawl and understand your website, and it might not so be important that the Google bot index and understands your website, but somehow you're going to have to publish information to the world, and that information is going to be given to your target audience in some way. So it's still, for the foreseeable future, going to be an important element. And I still think Wix and Squarespace fall behind WordPress when it comes to SEO, and I think it's really important myself, unless you've got a very small business or a very, personal website, and it's something you're not concerned about, then this particular element doesn't affect you. Another thing, a little tip, I would not buy my domain name through Squarespace or Wix. Buy it from a company like GoDaddy, or there's a number of domain websites that you can buy your domains from, but do never buy it from Wix or Squarespace. If you ever want to leave that particular platform and move to WordPress, or and it's the same with WordPress, never buy your domain from your hosting provider. Always buy it separately and then host your WordPress website with another provider. Never buy it from the hosting provider, and never buy your domain from Wix or Squarespace. Because if you ever want to change platforms, they are a nightmare to deal with. Now, when it comes to support, I've never found Wix or Squarespace to be fantastic. I've got to be truthful about this. They provide basic email or ticketing system support. If you ever have a real problem and you really need a lot of support, it's pretty lacking. I've got to be honest though, if you're going with the cheaper hosting providers and you're dumb enough to buy your hosting package from GoDaddy, you're going to be deeply disappointed. It's going to be a bit better from Bluehost. It's not going to be fantastic, but it's going to be a bit better. And I would say SiteGround of these three I've just mentioned, you're probably going to get the best from them. But they've all reduced their basic support. You have to pay a bit extra to get Premier support, whatever they're talking about, because support is expensive. It's very expensive to provide. But the same situation, unless you're with higher account levels with Squarespace or Wix, I don't think the experience you're going to get from them is going to be fantastic based on what people have said to me. That's just the raw truth. They would disagree with me and say it's fantastic and what the hell do I know? But that's my honest opinion, right? My opinion, right? So what conclusion can you get at the end of it? Now, if you look, the only thing that matters to you is a reasonable cost and the most easiest. You don't care. You want to buy the domain through the provider. You want to keep it all in one place, and you don't want to listen to what I've said about keep ownership and control, and it doesn't matter to you. I think you'd probably be best off going to Wix. Um, if design matters a bit more to you, the look of the website, don't get me wrong, you're going to get a reasonable looking website from Wix. But if it's more important for you, but you still want everything as easy as possible, you'd probably be best going to Squarespace. If ownership, control, flexibility, and looks matters to you, you'll still be best going over to WordPress, but you're going to have a hosting account, and it's just some minor more steps that you have to go through. They are very minor though. The difference, Squarespace and Wix really do play on their easier. The truth is, utilizing a half decent hosting provider and a one-click install WordPress, and then buying something like Cadence WP, it's going to be there isn't much in it. Be truthful about it. I've written an article, you find it in the video description underneath, that goes into this even in more detail. And if you did find this video helpful, subscribe to the channel. It really encourages me to make more of these videos. I'll see you soon, folks. Bye.